Ah, good to see you.
Good to see you, brother. How are you?
I'm well. How are you?
Nzuri sana.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
Happy to be in your office.
Karibu sana. You can have a seat.
Thank you.
Yes.
And congratulations for a job well done.
Asante sana.
How is everything?
Everything is well.
Uh-huh.
Yes, tuna skuma.
Okay.
Yes, yeah.
How is the reception of the book to the larger public?
We are doing a bit well.
Okay.
I think we did a good work.
Okay.
We just put it up there.
Okay.
Of course, out of the inspiration of having been a student leader.
Yes.
And kuna comrades wengi huko nje. Yeah, my heart really aches when I find that there is a real big group of leaders who are supposed to change this nation.
True.
And then they are out there. They are losing to the market of what we are supposed to nurture.
True.
To me, leadership, I value it as a marathon.
True.
Yeah, you see, having been in Moi University, I remember the times when we could see the marathoners who used to come on campus, in the field at the pavilion to train every morning, so that they can just muscle up to become champions.
True.
And some of them actually, like the late Kiplagat, is it Kiplagat? Yeah, the one who died in a road accident. May his soul rest in peace. He used some time to come to train at the Moi University pavilion. And those are people who have done so well. And just as leadership, at a very young level, we are supposed to be training every morning. Every day we wake up to muscle up so that we can have then leadership who have integrity, leaders who have values, leaders who are purposeful, leaders who are able to deliver services to their people. Not only for fun and PR and the many things that we see sometimes some of our politicians doing, but for the purposes of delivering for a common Mwananchi, a common Kenyan, a common citizen across the globe, in Africa and even in beyond. Yeah. So feel welcome, brother.
Thank you so much.
I'm so happy. I have great memories about you. Your first inspiration when you're in campus in Moi University, telling me that one time we will be there.
Yeah, exactly.
Still sings in my head.
Yeah.
And that time I remember I met you when I was in first year.
First year, yes.
And you are already a student leader.
Yeah.
It's a great inspiration to me. Yes.
Well, I'm here with my team.
Yes.
We want to tell your story to the world.
Oh, okay.
We want to get to take 3 steps back into your journey and unpack this book in a way that it will inspire those who will read it. So once again, thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Yeah. I'm ready for that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Let's proceed.
Yeah.
I'm honored and privileged to have a sit down with Albert Maloba. Albert Maloba is former president of Moi University Students' Organization, but most importantly, is the newest author in town. This book, A Comrade Forever, authored by Albert Maloba, gives us perspective of the situation of leadership amongst the young people of Kenya. Young people, according to statistics, both regionally and globally, form the larger percentage populace in Kenya. But then, over time, getting into leadership spaces for young people have become a thorn in their flesh. How then can this book ignite and inspire young people, not only in Kenya, but across the globe, to effectively take leadership spaces in our lifetime? Ladies and gentlemen, we now delve into this talk with Albert Maloba. Comrade Albert Maloba, many thanks for creating time for us and a very big appreciation for allowing us here at your offices in Lavington, Nairobi. You've come a long journey when it comes to leadership, but today we want to take 3 steps back into your journey. Where does your story begin? Where were you born? You told me you are a third born in a family of 5.
Yes.
Give us a very brief introduction of your childhood. How was it like painting a picture many years later?
I think my childhood was just like any other.
Okay.
And I have great memories of my childhood. Um, we were brought up in a family that really cares. My parents were all very, really caring. I would say that they were real good parents who minded about their children in many areas: support, growth, and even most importantly, education.
Right, right.
Growing up, I was born in Nangina
Nangina.
Hospital. It's a famous hospital when you get to Busia.
Busia County.
Everybody will, when you ask anybody where is Nangina, they will show you, they'll tell you, they'll give you a direction because it's a Catholic mission hospital. Most of the people have a great history about it, and that is where I was born. And one of the greatest memories, though I was a child, my mother tells me that, told me, because now she's late, something that I still feel down my my vines, that she was still, or she still lives today in many, many, many lives, because she inspired, she mentored so many, she was a mother to many in Busia County, and entirely even from our constituency and the ward level and everything, being that is the structure that we have today in the new devolved system of governance. So my mother tells me that when she gave birth to me, the sister who was in charge of my delivery, the sisters in mission hospitals, you'll find a lot of nuns who are also doctors or nurses, that she uttered some good words to me. She said that Maloba, not now Maloba the name, but now she alluded to the fact that having been born as of that day, it was in it was on a day that they had just come from real good prayers, and I think there are some miracles that have shown in their prayer time. And she said that, why don't we have this child named after a saint? And my mother bought it. My dad was also called. He was in Molo, working in Molo, and they agreed that I'll be called Albert. But again, they had an argument, and out of the name that the sister had proposed, I think they, my father tried to search, what is this name called Albert? Is it the Albert Saint, or what do we see? But now he just remembered that there's something he had read about Albert Einstein. Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Such an allusion.
Yes, so out of that illusion, I think, and Albert was such a knowledgeable, astute kind of person, having come to know out of reading, and so he accepts, and Albert is given to me.
Perfect.
And then the other three names, the other two names rather, the explanation, I can give them to you as we proceed.
Right. What a childhood that one was. I mean, one thing that is stemming out boldly is that you come from a deeply religious family, Catholic perhaps?
Yes.
Right. Now, you've written an interesting book on comradeship. But before we get into the intricacies of this book, I want you to briefly tell us where you went for your primary school as well as your high school studies before we talk about Moi University.
Okay. Growing up, I think I'm one of the people who, just like many other, I went in many primary schools. I went in many primary schools not because I was difficult to deal with.
Who are you?
Someone will call it a trout. No, I was not. I think it was because of my parents' jobs, transfers. First of all, my mother was just a normal village woman, having grown up in a place called Nanderema, raised by parents, good parents for that matters. I happened only to meet my grandfather.
Okay.
He was called Reggie. And then my late grandmother was not able to meet her, but I was told of her good stories. I'm told that she knew how to make very nice mboga ya kienyeji, which is called the vegetables. The vegetable that you put in milk and all that, and how to prepare it for the guests and people. And people really used to enjoy to come and eat the food that she had prepared.
Perfect.
And the cassava ugali flour. So, hearing from those stories, they gave me a lot of good pictorial images to know who was my grandmother. So, and she was also a staunch Anglican fella. She was mtu wa kutendereza. My mother used to tell us that her mom would always come with other members of the church at her home after Sunday services and even during the Christian fellowships. And one of the things that she would do, which my mother borrowed actually when we were growing up, is to sing tukutendereza Yesu mwami Yesu wendiga tori msai kwa nyasa webase Yesu mulokozi. So my mother tells me of how all those stories, how they grew up and all that. So I could see a strong relationship despite not having met and seen my grandmother. And that's what we call living through other people. The impact that we create today, can we be able to live through other people even when you're not there? So I heard that she was a very beautiful grandmother. And of course, then I knew that then my mother, who inspired me a lot, she was a beautiful soul. And I grew up with strong values from my parents, both my dad and my mom, in our village called Rundiye. It's a very tiny, small village in Funuela constituency. It is in a ward called Agengananguba, in a sub county, in a sub county called Funuela, which is now today is Samia. So we grew up as any other child. And of course, in our home, my mother liked to take care or to have a livestock at home, name them from chicken to cows, sheep, goats, all sorts of animals that you can keep at your homestead. So, and I think I became this child who really loved to take care of them, just out of volition, and I think out of inspiration and desire to do so. And most of the times, my friends will find me nikiwa kwa mlima, taking care of the sheep, herding cows, and then later on coming in the evening to milk them so that we can sell the milk to provide ourselves some. Many people wonder what is the meaning of Maloba. It's just that it was out of the difficult experience and situation that my parents went through when my by then now the late my elder brother, who was still a baby younger, my mother had left her behind under a caregiver, and when they were picking, when they wanted to prepare rice and beans, and of course they were preparing together the caregiver, and then he picks a bean and puts in his nose, and that bean closes up his nose, and he dies out of lack of air, lack of inspiratory air. And so when he's declared dead, of course, that happens. What happened, I was not there at such a time, and then now I am born after him, and I become a replacement. I think scientifically, the scientists call it when somebody out of it's called asphyxia, something like that. I think scientists will tell us more. Yeah. So I am born, and so Maloba comes out of the name, the one which has replaced, which went to the ground. In our culture, there is this soil, we call it riloba. So Riloba, it is the soil. So I am born as a replacement of that which went down to the soil. So um, I'm told that I'm a man of two spirits, enjoying the strength of the late and mine. Yeah, and of course now it goes also to Muganda. Muganda inspiration from my mother, who by that time had just gone to Uganda to do some shopping, and before I was born, and then when she comes back 3-4 days later, she gives birth to me at Nangina Hospital, and she gets in pair that I should be called Muganda because he was in Uganda to do the shopping of my clothing as she was expecting a newborn. And of course also there was a Muganda as a name from family, which now makes everything beautiful, and it just inherited the both names.
Perfect, amazing. I want us to look and paint a picture of your teenage days. First of all, where did you study for your secondary school?
I was in Sigalame High School.
Sigalame.
Sigalame High School happens to be one of the best sub-county, and at that time when I was in school, we were working towards it being a national school.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'm very privileged to have gone through that school. We had a very nice leadership by the principal, Mr. Joseph Were, who took us through good academia level and progress, and even pursuing our studies at that high school level. And performance was key. Yeah, I think our time was one of the best times. We hit good levels of scores, and I think I got a B plus, which is not too bad. It
That
could
is-
welcome
that is-
me in any
Yes,
career.
that was excellent
Yes.
performance. Now, Sigalami, there you are, 4 straight years. You get a grade that the government thinks that you should join any public university. When I was going through your book, I read somewhere that you had premeditated being either a lawyer or a doctor. And allow me use your words in the book verbatim. You saw yourself in a courtroom arguing cases that would slice stones. End of quote. I don't know where the page is, but those are exact words. But now here you are, taking a leadership space, a young Kenyan, penning books. What happened to your dream of pursuing the corporate aspect of career?
Yeah, I think all this goes to the book of Proverbs.
Okay.
Yeah, the book of Proverbs 13:24.
Okay.
I think it alludes to the fact that whoever spares the rod, yeah, or whoever spares the rod to his son,
Spoils the child.
spoils the child. And I think I was not spared as a young fella.
Yeah.
I won't sit here with you and imagine to you or paint a picture that I was not, I never grew up stubborn, a stubborn child in a family, and not even being able to listen and all that. I also had some of my challenges that really my parents would disagree with me, and my mother, who never used to stay far away with her stick, she would really beat me. And by the way, anyway, I remember this day when she sent me to go and buy some soap at the shop, and then I come back, and there was some balance. But of course, I chose to cheat her that the balance. I was running off the hill because at our home, it's at the our home is on top of a hill a little bit. Yeah, so I told her that when I was coming back from the market, I stepped off, and the balance fell around the stones, and I could not find it. So me, okay, so umeanza tabia ya kunidanganya. Because she knew very well that that is something that I cannot do from our family and how we've been raised. We know that when you are given a balance, you have to keep it safe. You have to keep it safe, uifikishe nyumbani salama. And here I am, I'm cheating deliberately. Alinipiga hiyo siku, nilikula kichapo kabisa na
Again, having like unpacked for us the transition between wanting to be in corporate and now finding your space in leadership and governance. You get to Moi University, you work your way through being a student's president. This position, ever since the inception of any university, especially Moi University, very, very few individuals get the honors to sit and chair an entire union. Briefly give us an experience of chairing Moi University Students Organization, but by extension being the president of all other affiliate campuses as well.
Thank you. I think to me, leadership was not more of a struggle. In fact, at such a time. And one of my experiences that has always put me solid in terms of comrade leadership is that I know that leaders think and talk about the solutions. Yeah, that's one of my best quotes that I really love. But followers think and talk about the problems. For me, I never focused much about talking about the problems. I focused more on thinking and finding solutions for the comrades in Moi University and even the affiliate campuses that we had, which were so many, by the way. And I could sit down with my team, the comrades, the SDC student leaders, who of course would channel the same to the other leaders at the college level or at the faculty levels, and things were running smoothly. I think I will say that I have much strength in understanding the young, how to lead young people, but I think it is a given God skill that I was happy to lead. I knew that when my time to serve comrades was had come, I knew that I had to provide for them the services that they needed.
Okay.
Because our young people, when they are not led sufficiently, when they are not taken to the right direction, we have challenges in campuses. Yeah, the challenge of addiction to drugs. Yeah, which has really taken up our and rotten our comrade system, the fabric that puts together a solid comrade to become whom they need to be. Apart from academia, for me, I look at the university education, and especially that time, the university level of education. For me, I wanted to experience the new culture, the new the new strength that will make me stronger, braver, and put me together with other students. And these were the things that when you look at history or what history informs us, the times of when you look at the East African level, the times of Namze Julius Nyerere, when you look at the relationship they had with Mzee Jomo Kenyatta, globally, when you look at the Africa level, yeah, um, the nation to nations, Ghana, its relationship with Kenya, and the other affiliated African nations, there is something that we needed for Africa, and mainly was to liberate our people, yeah, from the then essence of colonialism that had taken space of the era and time. But today, what is there that we needed to really find a solution for? For me as a leader, I think I usually focus on when I get into leadership, what am I going to solve? Today, if you are to ask me, we are struggling with the nation where we want to solve the economic liberation. Everybody, when you don't have money in your pocket, you feel like the world is a hell out of your space, and you need to solve that. And that's why everybody, every young person wakes up, they really want to solve that economic liberation. That's why you're seeing most young people, they we are going solo in fact at this era and time to even think about leaving our country to go and work somewhere else so that we can liberate ourselves economically. So this is an issue. During the time, our forefathers were fighting against colonialism. That was what they were liberating. At my time in Moi University, I knew some of the factors that you needed to liberate the students from. The students were crying out of the surging, emerging issue of missing marks. They were crying that they needed to graduate in time, to get into their careers in time. They were crying of their aspirations to be fulfilled during certain periods of time. And I think I took that seriously. And I was in line of duty every time, because leadership is based on spiritual quality and the power to inspire. And the power to inspire also others so that they can follow. And I think through that, I was able to inspire so many people through my demonstration of my thoughts, my opinions, my actions. And this goes just beyond words. What I did at that time, when you are to sit down with any other Moi University student whom we were with at that time, they will allude to a fact that my actions inspired them. I was at the front line when they needed their help to be released in time. I was at the front line when they needed their hostels kitty to be reduced. I was at the front line when they needed their results in time. I was at the front line to ensure that they were not out of campus when they were needed to be there, because sometimes universities choose to give other students a long holiday, which is unnecessary, because we are in a relationship of nations whereby you hear of universities are taking a very short time to finish a course, to finish even a master's degree. I have a friend of mine who is now in US, just went the other day. Within a period of 1.5 years, he is already completed and graduated. What happens in Kenya and even other countries in Africa and East Africa needs to be changed. There is supposed to be a liberation on translating how do we want to support our young people, because the support towards education from a nation, it goes beyond the person whom you are supporting to be educated at that time. It is for the public good. So for me, I think there is high essence of me having carried the vision that would have inspired so many people, and inspired at that time so many people, and they loved my leadership. I'm not speaking this because that is somebody told me, because I could feel inside me that I've done the right thing. I've made the right in the wrong, ensuring that all these things, even it comes even to the meals in their cafeterias, or in the cafeterias where you used to spend a lot of time eating at least a cheaper meal, because that is what Comrades we could achieve at such a time. And even right now, what I call for many young student leaders to fight for is that the Comrades never forget what you do for them when they are seeing. They will never forget it. Yeah, and I think that also goes straight to forth to what we are told time to time, that people will never forget what you did to them, but they can forget any other thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Excellent. Wonderful. Very powerful statements, Albert. Now let us delve a bit on the primary reason why we are here today. And that is this wonderful book that you wrote and launched the other day. It's already been released to the public, I think barely a week.
Yes.
As we speak, this book is gaining ground. Copies are getting released to aspects of the country that haven't really gotten to have them. What can those who are yet to read this book expect coming from you, the author? What is that main and primary reason as to why they should buy this book?
I think to me, when I was, what inspired me to write this book is because I've always been a believer that I was born to be a voice and not an echo.
Wow.
Why I'm saying
Why
that,
don't you repeat that? You are what?
I am a voice, not an echo.
Your voice, not an echo.
An echo can just be any other loud voice that is heard from
Yes, yes.
behind.
Right.
And that does not mean that I like being at the front. I can only be at the front when it is purposeful. And me telling you this, it is out of the deliberate actions and steps that I take to ensure that our young people are able to appreciate themselves with the values in what they do, the life they experience, where they they have come from and where they are going. When you read my book, A Comrade Forever, from many who have read it, they have inspired me a lot. They are shocked. They are telling me that the book is alluding to the fact of their day-to-day life experiences. And I think that is what I needed to achieve from writing. That I'm giving out my story. But this story, does it tell to truth and fact of what I've lived and what some of them have even been able to see? I'm sure that Mr. Socrates, you have been able to read some other books, even some which have been bestsellers, and you were shocked. What did this person write?
Exactly.
You read about a very credible person, but you feel like this book was not written by them. One, two, or this book is tasteless. Three, or this
There's
book,
no authenticity.
there's no authenticity
as compared to who they are.
Yes.
Actually.
So for me, in my book, I experience from where I was born, how I've been brought up, and how I've become, or where I am. So it is a memoir in a living experience. I'm still yet to write other books. And I think we'll retain the title A Comrade Forever. There will be a second edition now, which will speak to the fact of where we are and where we are headed to. And this will be into many series as possible, so that we can be able to impact our journey as young people, even as we grow out of our youthfulness.
As an author, and you had the opportunity to use any other title for your book. I mean, titles are all over the place. Why did you choose to remain a comrade forever?
I think to me, A Comrade Forever is inspired, or I was inspired because having served, first of all, in the space of comradeship, or a comrade arena, I look at comradeship from a different perspective. Many people think that comradeship is about the the activism that we find at the comrade level in campus or institutions where we have all we have schooled. But to me, I look at comradeship from the basis of the first comrade even I met in this world was my mother, I remember, and my parents. Yeah, my mother carried me for 9 months, bring me. She's my first comrade in planet Earth. There, then, I started my primary school with many other young people, whom, by the way, some of them we are still friends, whom we play together. The, the, the games back at home and all that. They are still my friends at this age, and we are comrades. Today, the friends that I have today, if including you, we were in the same institution, Mo University. We are still comrades. We are still my friends. So I allude to the title, A Comrade Forever, and even for the future, is that the people that I've been able to interact with, brought up with, living life with, those who have inspired me in different ways, the elderly, the people whom I've run to for counsel, mentorship, those who believe in me, those who gear my life towards a different direction. I think just as someone said that life is a bicycle that is 10 times speed, bicycle kind of. Most of us gear and we never use. It's a 10 times speed bicycle that we never use. And to me, the comradeship that I passed through during that time, I become a solid trustee. I I want to go many. I want to go before many of us who have been comrades to anchor and believe and send a message to them that I am a trustee of comradeship. That this comradeship will live and stay forever, and so we still move on with many comrades. And this one does not allude to the fact that I want to still remain in campus leadership. No, that is not growth. Having studied what is growth and development, I can't restrain myself at that level. Yeah, even at my elder level, I'll still be a comrade to the elder people whom I'll be living with and interacting with at that level. So to me, I was solidly inspired with the title A Comrade Forever, other than other topics that I would have fallen for, because this is a book about everyone. It's a book that it wants to bring everybody together. It's a book of unity. It's a book that highlights inspirations and the life experience that most of us have lived naturally from the village level. Seeing myself as a village boy, taking care of our herd at home, going to wash dishes when others are in class and I have to run back to class and jump through the window and find the class teacher in front of the class, and he's teaching at the blackboard, and I've just sneaked in. The students are laughing so hard and the teacher is not understanding who has just come in this class. What are you laughing about? Company, it's me who has just come in, sneaked in, and the lesson is ongoing. And even through the inspirations of the little basic life of me always coming late, by the way, at my younger age, because I had a lot of course at home, yeah, to ensure that my younger sibling is ready to go to school, to remove the kettles out of the homestead, to zero graze them outside, and then to bring water for them. Those morning chores, ensuring that the house is clean before you I can feel settled in the classroom in my primary school. And then I have to rush to class. I arrive late, and my head teacher sees, who is this Albert Maloba? He's performing well, he's doing well at the top of the class. But this gentleman, I think when we support him very well, he will be more than what he is producing for us in this school. And then seeing that, one time when there is election in school, for class prefects and everyone, the head teacher by then was called Mr. Matioli, yeah, and he chooses to bring me on the table. He tells the teachers in the staff room that Maloba is not going on the position of timekeeper. I'm the one who is going to nominate. The teachers are mesmerized. Why are you going to select a student, and yet we have a fair and free election? So I'm on the parade in the evening when they're announcing those who have won the elections, and the deputy principal or head teacher reads the entire list of those who have won. They are called in front, and then there comes the principal. He says, from my own wisdom, I'm picking one and only Albert Maloba to be the timekeeper. And the whole assembly burst into laughter. How can you dare pick a latecomer to be? That is now what is in the back of their mind. How can you dare pick a latecomer to be our class, to be our school timekeeper? And yet we know him very well. We understand that maybe he might not be coming in time to school, and especially my class busted a lot. And then the teachers were like, "What is really happening here?" But again, the principal, or by then the head teacher, I think to him he had seen something in me. He's somebody who had believed in his soul that he has an obligation to change, to provide change. And that's why, to me, my leadership has always about finding change in the people, the positive change. When everybody is looking at you negatively, and in there are many ways, what is it that can I look at you and say that this is the this is the positive antidote that I can pick, and we leverage on it and make it better? So the then head teacher leveraged on my lateness to turn me into a timekeeper, who will now be the best timekeeper in my school, keeping time, ensuring that I ring the bell at exactly time when we are having a ton of lessons, and when we are supposed to be in the playing grounds, and when so he made me to lose the attention back at home on many house chores and home chores, to concentrate on my academia. And that's how I changed. And I think this was a strong currency that I'm still very excited and glad enough to my teacher, Mr. Matioli, where you are. May God bless you. You planted a change in me, and from there henceforth, I've become adaptable to good timekeeping. When we agree with you that we are meeting at such a time, I can assure you I'll be there in time, even just before you. And I'm sure even you can agree with me today before this interview. I was here before you, yeah, because I've never forgotten how somebody changed and inspired me and given me a thought about the balance between my strength in providing or doing services, or the compassion that I had for my family to ensure that everything is settled before I go to school, just to make them happy. And yet, I also had a future and life to live.
Perfect.
So that has really changed me. And I'm forever remain indebted to thank my then head teacher, Mr. Matioli.
What is the future of Albert Maloba?
Oh, good. Um, Speaking about the future of Albert Maloba, I think I would answer you just like the wise words of Maya Angelou when she responded to the question of Oprah Winfrey. When Oprah Winfrey had come from South Africa and building a school for the young girls, and coming back, and then she tells Maya Angelou, I think this is my legacy. Um, I don't think I've seen my legacy yet. I can't speak about my legacy yet. And I'm yet to see my legacy. I'm saying this with a lot of conviction. In response to that, that for those who don't know, Maya Angelou responded to Oprah Winfrey that you have no idea of what your legacy is, because that was just building a school for the young girls who had problems and, of course, solving. But again, I live deep in my heart knowing that I'm a trustee comrade who is supposed to be useful to the comradeship fraternity that is present, that was present, and that which is yet to come. And so I'm still in a journey and process. Everybody will have their own assumptions of whom they want you, for instance, you to become. There are people who see you, they want to see you at CNN. There are people who see you and they want to see you at KBC. There are people who see you and they want to see you in at Ramogi radio or at Ramogi TV. But again, it is out of the hard work that we put in our life. And it is God who rewards and God who gives all of our journeys and successes that we're able to achieve, or some of the challenges that we're able to go through and outgrow, and even make solutions and provide solutions to so many other people.
Perfect. Albert, this book has been the epicenter of the reason why we're here. Can you, those who are watching, can you tell them how they can get a copy? Can they order online? Are there phone numbers or emails that they can? There are bookshops that are already vending it. How can they get the book?
Oh, good. My book is available at www.albertmaloba.co.ke on my website. You can get in there and get the book. You can also get me on social media, DMs, Albert Maloba, or Maloba Albert on Twitter, or which is now currently X, on Instagram, Albert Maloba, on Facebook, Albert Maloba. You'll DM me, I'll get you the book. But of course, we also have a book in several bookstores, starting with Nuria.
Yes,
Yeah, and then we are also reaching out to many other bookshops, even in supermarkets. We'll have our copies very soon. We are signing up with Carrefour. We are signing up with Quickmart supermarket. We are signing up with libraries across universities, so that it can reach out there. And you can also get it very soon when you look at the Amazon.
Oh.
The copies will be there. You can order and have your copies delivered.
Perfect.
Yes.
Finally, Albert, you are well read, because for you to write a book, you must read another before. Of all the quotes you've come across ever since you were a young boy to today, an author, which of them is your favorite quote?
Okay. One of my favorite quotes. I think I have so many quotes that
You can't come up with one of,
I think
or perhaps
uh,
philosophies that you live by
uh,
in your day-to-day, a guiding principle that guides your way of life, your viewpoints about life, and you know how you do your things.
I think I'll give you one for as a leader.
Okay.
And it says that leaders don't create followers, they create more leaders.
Wow.
In any area and space where you serve, you might be a chicken vendor, you might be a hotelier, you might be in areas of your career, you might be in communication, you might be a journalist as you are, you might be an office assistant in any level. In where you are, this is how I look at life, that not all of us can be in equal spaces. Some are born to serve us in different spaces. In the banks, some are meant to serve us from the farm, gardening, and all that. Some are meant to sell for us. What the farmer has been producing, another person need to sell
To
it
sell it to the larger.
to the larger people, and that's why somebody else opens a grocery sale from the grocery, and another person is busy in the farm, spending the whole day. It trains, he get trained, rained on, and then later on they have to supply to other people in the groceries to sell. Is that you have to be able, as a person who is in at your level or point, to be able to create more other people who can be just like you, or who will be more than you. Yeah.
Perfect.
So that you don't just create people who are uh, working with people who remain adamant. They look at you as a demigod. They look at you as their goddess or god. But you create more people whom you will be proud of, and say that this is my best opportune time to have served here. I've created a more better secretary who is more than me. Not that when your boss is not around, now there is no work. Yeah, but when your boss is away, work still continues. Yes.
Perfect. Albert, thank you so much. We've had a very long, interesting conversation. And from the CEO today, we wish you nothing but the best, even as you put your best foot forward to make sure that this book reaches as many young people as possible, but also in your individual pursuits, both as a leader and as a person. We hope to hold more of these conversations in the coming days or weeks so that more youth can be inspired to take spaces of leadership. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, that has been Albert Maloba, the newest author in town, who's duly penned A Comrade Forever, an inspirational journey, both as a person, but as a young leader here in the Republic of Kenya.
My name is Karel Omoyo, and I'm a student. And I realized that after reading this book, I've just come to the realization that I am a comrade forever. So I brushed ways with Maloba like 2 years ago, and he has been a great mentor personally to me. And it is a book that I would suggest every young avid reader in university and even outside university, that this is a book that will transform your life. So actually something that stuck out for me when I was reading through this book is a quote on page 30. And I want to insist, when you get a copy of this book, just go straight to page 30. There are big themes there that you can relate with on a personal level. So there's one that says, a rooster doesn't crow until after he stretches his wings. You know, this is a clarion call that leadership must be by example. Thank you.
Okay. So, hello everyone. My name is Milly Kigweru. I'm a former student leader at the Technical University of Kenya. And one thing about this book is that I'm very sure many of the student leaders out there in universities, TVETs, colleges will surely relate to this book, because personally I do relate to it in the sense that it's so difficult for you to get in those positions in the student leadership when you don't have the resources. But Maloba in this book states that leadership is not about having the resources, but having the inspiration to inspire people out here. Yeah, thank you, and I'll urge each and every one of us to get a copy. And yeah, ni hayo tu.
My name is Molin Ann Baraza. Actually, I'm very honored to be here today to discuss about Comrade, the book for Albert Maloba. How I knew Albert Maloba. I knew him through his book launch that happened the other day. And right now I'm here to give insights about this book. One thing that caught my eye about this book is how the author, Albert Maloba, tries to bring out the cultural aspect of where he's from back there in Busia. He's trying to bring out the terminologies. He's trying to embrace back his culture. In as much as he narrates everything about leadership, the cultural aspect and heritage is still kept on. And that's one thing that really captured my attention and my eyesight a lot. Another thing that this book caught my eye with is how he deeply and speaks of the people who walked the journey with him, starting from his parents, his grandparents, and the people at large, his friends and everyone, and up to who have held his hand up to where he is right now. Yeah, thank you. I would urge the great multitude of people to get a copy of this book, so that the insight or the knowledge that I've just dispensed right now, you can be able to have it, because it's not encompassing everything that is in this book. This book is totally worth your money, and you can afford it. It's a Comrade affordable book, because it's a comrade for comrade, and a comrade forever, always a comrade forever. Yeah.
My name is Yvonne Nyanchera, a student at the Technical University of Kenya, serving as the Vice President of the Student Association of the Technical University of Kenya. Rising up in leadership has taught me that leadership is not all about privileges and titles. It's about service and responsibility, and also making sure that the voices of those who feel unheard are heard. As a young woman in leadership, I know that it's easy to stay silent, especially when speaking up is risking your comfort or your position. But I have also learned that a leader who stays silent when the people cry is like a drum without sound. You have a position, but you are powerless. Cut. That's why the book A Comrade Forever by Albert Maloba has really had an impact on me. It shares the story of the 31st president of the Moi University Students Association, MUSO. It is raw, it is honest, and it is powerful. I urge every leader, every university student from all universities and communities to read the book. It impacts and it is asking you the question, are you ready to lead even when it is hard?
Hi guys, good morning, good afternoon, good evening from wherever you're watching me from. My name is Rose Namikoye. I've known Maloba for quite some time. We went to school back on campus. It's been about 7 years. So about A Comrade Forever, I've read the book, and all I can genuinely advise is for any young people out there that are aspiring to take up any leadership roles, it is a must read book. So the only thing you can do is do yourself a favor and get this copy. Cheers guys. Well, the most outstanding quote rather phrase in this book, the quote that most of we comrades relate to, is on page 86, and it goes, "You don't know strength until it's the only thing left to hold you." Yeah.
Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. In front of you is Jeremy Babu, a true comrade. Well, I've known Maloba for the last 10 years. We have been together in Moi University, and the journey has been long. We met in the year 2016 when he reported Moi University, and from onset I saw some values of courage, values of determination, love, and sacrifice. We struggled together in the student leadership, but eventually he made it to the student body leadership, and later on he went on to even join national politics, although he is on a transitioning moment. I've read the book A Comrade Forever. It speaks boldly about values of leadership, the sacrifices, the challenges, especially to comrades who are in the universities and other tertiary institutions. And this book really inspires so many people, especially the young people. I would like to leave you with a very interesting quote that says in page 122 that those who are in authority cannot make future decisions without those who will live with those decisions. Thank you so much. God bless you.
Hi everyone, my name is Chuchi Rogers. Chuchi Rogers is a friend to Albert Maloba for more than 10 years. We went together with the same high school. He was my son when he was in high school. I took care of him. But I'm happy to have taken care of such like a good gentleman, a leader, a manager in making. He has grown up to show his skills through many reasons or through many ways, both in high school, in campus, and now in national politics. We are seeing him grow. Through such inspirations, we as young people, we call upon other young people to come up and support such like leaders with the good qualities, with the good visions, so that in the near future we have a leadership of this country that is more of youth than more of the old men. The old regime should be fading away, and should be having a regime that's more energetic, more visionary, who feels what we young people want. Lastly, I wish to recommend that each and every young leader in this country gets a copy of this book so that he can read, he can be inspired, and wake up out of the cold seasons that we are in our own way and in the ways that we have been brought up. Come up and be the people that this country needs, be the people that this nation and this world needs for today and for tomorrow. Thank you so much, Comrade Forever.
Hello comrades, my name is Vitalis Nyongesa, a very good friend to Albert Maloba. I knew Albert Maloba through leadership. When he was the president of Moi University, I was also a student leader at Riara University. And Maloba is somebody who is a go-getter, is a young man who is very vibrant and very passionate to do with matters to do with leadership. Now we are here celebrating Maloba, having wrote the first edition that is titled A Comrade Forever. And this book tries to explain the challenges that young leaders go through, especially in the universities. And it's also trying to explain on how you can be a better leader. Therefore, I urge young people out there to come and purchase a book titled A Comrade Forever. This will help you polish your leadership skills. And a good story in this book that I truly relate with Sir Albert Maloba is about the loss of a mother. Maloba is trying to talk about on the journey that he went through when he lost he lost his mother, and he's trying to say that you can be strong despite the challenges that you go through, and sometimes it's okay to cry and lead. So young people out there who are going through many challenges, don't worry about that. You can cry and you continue to lead. So young people, kindly make sure that you purchase a book by the author Albert Maloba, and it will help you to be a better young leader in the years to come. Thank you.
Allow me reiterate the words of John C. Maxwell, that a leader is one who knows the way, shows the way, and goes the way. The book before me is written by a very hardworking man, a man of great resolute, a leader of modern times, and a man who has come from grass to grace, here to show us his journey of leadership. His name is Albert Maloba, and the book is titled A Comrade Forever. Albert Maloba, I met him very, very many years ago. We are childhood friends. We come from the same county. And through this book, he deconstructs leadership, what you need to do throughout your journey, especially for young leaders who are joining university. If you aspire to be a student leader, to be a government official, this book leads you through the journey. And I urge all the people to purchase this book titled A Comrade Forever, and it's available on the website. Thank you so much.
Hello everyone, my name is Ochuchi Rogers, and I am here to talk briefly about the book Comrade Forever and the author of this book, my good friend Albert Maloba. I've known Albert Maloba for more than 10 years now. We went together in the same high school, that is Igalami Boys High School. Thereafter, I left earlier than him because I was ahead of him with the 2 years. So I went my way, and he later joined Moi University. During that time, we were still in touch as good friends and comrades whom we hold hands to each other. I'm happy that he grew up and became a student leader in University of Nairobi, Moi University. Later proceeded to join the national politics. I'm here to support him and give him a helping hand in terms of his leadership vision and the mission that he has. He's been an inspiration to many, him holding different positions from way back in primary, high school, university, and now he's in national leadership. Most of it all is what he holds at hand. And more leaders have come up, more young leaders have come up, and I want to inspire the young leaders that the book I'm holding in my hand is the book to read. It's a lead. It is a guide to anyone who wants to be a leader, be it in primary, high school, national politics, campus, anywhere that you wish to be. And therefore, as a champion to this, I also want to allude to everyone, even the parents, to read and buy these books for their children so that they can nurture good young people. Lastly, we are in this nation which is full of the old politicians. And these old politicians they say old dogs have their own way of surviving. And this time we want to make these old dogs be able to know that the young dogs that are coming up know their ways and their tactics. And for us to fight the ill health of this nation, such as corruption, bad leadership, hooliganism, and all this need to be done away with by leaders who are young, who are energetic, who are visionary, like Albert and the rest of the comrades. We've seen most of these leaders who've authored books, not most of them, but them that have authored books have had a vision. But some of their visions don't materialize because people don't read. And therefore, I will urge in this elite world that we read. Read Thank you so much, and I wish you all the best.